Welcome to our practice today. As always, we're going to start in a cross-legged seated position. So rest the feet somewhere that feels comfortable for you. It can be lotus, it can be feet under the knees, it can be ankle in front of the other. Explore, find what works for you right now, and then rest the hands on top of the knees whenever you're ready. And we'll take our time and we'll rest here in an easy pose for a few breaths as we arrive and we let go and we find our breath. And we seal the lips closed and then we breathe softly through the nose. You always have the option to close your eyes. It's kind of like a curtain, just kind of resting the mind, just giving yourself whatever you need right now to create a sense of ease and rest right now. So lift the heart a little higher. Notice if you can feel the ground below you. See if you can breathe a little slower. And observe how you're holding the breath. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Keep the neck soft. Keep the face soft. And be gentle with your thoughts throughout our practice today. For the next few minutes, all we're doing is observing with gentle awareness and with a gentle breath. Let's bring the hands to the heart, bringing the hands to Anjali Mudra. We'll bring the thumbs to our forehead, feeling the thumb press into our forehead, our third eye. And with the lips closed together, we'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And exhale softly through the nose. We'll begin our practice with some gentle twist. So bring the right hand to the left knee, left hand reaches back. Option to bring the chin to the shoulder. And I invite you to practice with your eyes closed if that feels good for you. In that way, I think you're able to notice the subtle sensations a little better. And we'll unwind and switch sides, left hand to the right knee, right hand reaches back. And come back to center. Bring the feet together, the bottoms of the feet together. We'll come into Baddha Konasana, butterfly pose. Just gently opening up the hips. You can hook the fingers together or interlace them and then place them underneath your toes. Or if you'd like, you can grab the toes, one hand on each foot, and pull the toes apart. Whichever works for you. Just grab a hold of the feet and start to bring the heart a little closer to the ground without compromising your spine. So keep the spine nice and lifted and long so we're not rounding excessively into the spine or the back. I think lifting the chin helps. Breathe into the stretch. Breathe into your butterfly pose. Maybe the knees can go a little closer to the ground. And release. Let go of the toes, close the knees like a book, and walk the feet away from you, coming into a pike stretch. Let's place the hands either by the hips or the knees, somewhere that you can press into the ground so you can lift the heart. And let's flex the toes. Maybe you can lift the kneecaps up so the legs are fully engaged. And we'll rest here for a few breaths, staying still but fully active, noticing the breath, coming back to that soft, easy inhale and exhale. Very good. Let's go ahead, let's point into both toes. Again, still squeezing or lifting the kneecaps if that feels comfortable. We'll lift the arms around and up. Gaze at the hands, palms will touch. Keep the toes pointed. And exhale, hands to heart, and let's flex the toes. Keep the heart lifted. Point into both toes again. Inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, we'll fold forward. Place the hands onto the feet if you can reach them. If not, they can be on the shins. They can be by the knees. They can be by the thighs. All we're doing is exploring our edge of the stretch, but still staying within our boundaries, staying somewhere that still feels good. Again, maybe you lift the chin as a reminder to keep the spine long and lifted. It's easy to collapse into the belly when we're folding. But again, with a little awareness, we can notice that and make those adjustments. And then maybe you exhale and you fold a little closer, bringing the heart ever so slightly a little closer to the legs. Big stretch for the back of the legs, and then we'll let go and release. Cross the ankles and meet in a tabletop position. Knees below the hips, hands below the shoulders. Open up the fingertips as wide as possible with the index fingers facing forwards. Engage into the fingertips. Point into the tops of the toes. Find a neutral back, so a flat back. And we'll do a few rounds of cat and cow. So inhale, arch the back. Maybe you lift the chin. Breathe in through the nose. And exhale, press into the toes, press into the hands as you bring the chin to the chest and hollow the back. Inhale, moving with the breath, arching, opening the chest. And exhale, hollow. See if you can hear your breath. This last round of cat and cow, inhale on your own. And exhale, just listen. Very good. Point the toes, bring your feet towards your hips, and then curl the toes. We'll come into an active child's pose as you rest the hips towards the heels and extend the hands away. You can prop the hands onto your fingertips so the hands look like little baby tents. This helps in my case so I can go a little deeper, but don't always have to do that. You can just keep it relaxed with the elbows on the ground. It's always up to you when you do your yoga practice. We'll rise back up into a tabletop and we'll roll straight into a upward dog. So slowly bring the heels to the ground, opening the chest, lifting the chin. And with the toes curled, we'll lift the knees off the ground. Think of pressing the hands into the earth so the neck is nice and long. And just like we were in pike pose, the knees are lifted and engaged. Hold here for one more inhale. Exhale, drop the knees, come back to your active or your version of a child's pose. Melt back into your tabletop. Maybe you round through the spine and explore little spinal waves, but then point into the toes and we'll thread the needle. Right hand underneath the heart, left hand reaches up as you breathe in. Exhale, thread. Left hand comes under the right wrist, left shoulder comes to the ground. Maybe the left ear can touch the floor. Adjust as you need to, so this pose is inviting, feels good. Press your right hand into the ground, open and extend the left arm up and away, and we'll switch sides. Left hand under the heart, right hand reaches up, opening the chest and the shoulders, and then threading, moving with your breath, using your breath as your best guide. Keep breathing deeply. And when I say that, I mean notice where your breath travels. If you're just breathing in and out, or if you're just breathing into the throat, if you're able to consciously breathe into the belly, or even farther away, maybe into the feet. And then we'll unwind. Left hand presses into the ground, right arm reaches up and away, and then back to your tabletop. Curl the toes, active child's pose. Hands reach away. Inhale, tabletop, and then into our upward dog. Lowering the hips, lifting the knees, lifting the chin. Exhale, downward facing dog. As we press our heels into the ground, be gentle with the stretch on your legs. Maybe you bend one knee bend one knee and then the other. Just play around. In my experience, there is no wrong way to do any pose. It is for your own understanding and your own self-awareness and body awareness. Let's bring the toes together. Let's lift the heels up as we breathe in, coming onto the tippy toes. Exhale, lower the heels. Maybe you can open the shoulders a little more. Inhale, lift the heels. Exhale, lower. Inhale, let's lift the right leg, coming into a three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the right knee into the chest, closer to the chin. Inhale, extend away, three-legged dog. And exhale, lower. Bring the toes together, we'll switch sides. Inhale, three-legged dog on the left side. Maybe you point the toes. And when you're ready, bring the left knee into the chest, towards the chin. And inhale, extend away, three-legged dog. Lower the left foot down so both big toes touch. And we'll walk the toes forward, coming into a forward fold. With the feet hip-width apart, bend into the knees so the spine can completely relax. Maybe you grab opposite elbows to help kind of decompress the entirety of the spine. Maybe you rock side to side. It's easy to stay in this pose for a long time once you get comfortable with it. But we're going to keep moving. Place the hands on the ground, and then notice as your feet are on the floor, if you can press into the outer edges, Press into your pinky toes as you slowly rise up to a standing position, taking your time. Keep the chin to the chest till you reach the very top. Inhale, circle the arms around and up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Very good. We'll come into a twist. Let's reach the fingertips away, twist open to the left. Think of someone pulling your hands apart or pulling your hands in opposite directions. And then lower your left hand and switch sides. Right hand reaches back. Notice if you're able to keep your right hip forward. So only the shoulders are twisting open. One more time to the left. Keep that left hip forward, left shoulder back. And again, switch sides. Inhale, reach both arms up, palms touch. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway, just lengthening the legs, lengthening the spine. Exhale, let's step the feet back, come into a plank pose. Lower the knees down, lower the belly, lower the chest, point into the toes, and we'll come into a baby cobra. Only lifting the chest off the ground. Think of peeling the shoulders back. And rest again, chin to the ground. Bring your fingertips outside of your yoga mat if that feels good, or you can keep your hands on the edges. But wherever your hands are, go ahead and prop your hands into little baby tents, and we'll come into cobra or a baby cobra, lifting the chin and lowering down. One more time, lifting the chin, the chest, only going as far as feels good. Exhale, lower down. Hands by the ribs, curl the toes. We'll come into our upward facing dog. Strong arms as you lift the body away from the floor. Exhale, downward dog. Bring the toes together, press the heels into the ground, press the hands into the ground. And hold here for a few breaths. Seal the lips closed, keep breathing through the nose. Maybe you rest the eyes closed. Keeping the neck nice and long, the shoulders are relaxed and engaged. And we'll lower the knees down. And you can come into a hero's pose or a cross-legged seated position, with the hands resting on the thighs or on the lap. We will begin to end our practice today. So all you ever need is a few moments, it can be a minute, a few minutes, to just tune inwards and notice how you're feeling, how your body's doing, how's your breath. Notice your alignment in your body and the quality of your thoughts. There's construction where I live, so as you can tell, it's a good reminder that we can't control everything, but what we can control is our inner state and how we decide to respond to the things that are out of our control, that are outside of our practice. So with a soft breath, with a gentle lifted spine, a soft, subtle awareness of our mind and body, we really get to create the life that we are very fortunate to experience. So my eyes are closed. I don't know about you, but if your eyes are closed, go ahead and blink them open. We'll bring the hands to the heart. We'll bring the thumbs to our forehead once more. Together we'll take our final inhale of our practice today. Thank you so much for joining me, for sharing your time, your space, and your energy, all of which are so valuable. Together, when you're ready, whenever you're ready, go ahead, take that last breath in. And then release through the nose. Take your time as you ease back into your day.